Nutrition. I'm also the race director for the Foot Levelers Blue Ridge Marathon. Today I want to cover core. This is so important. We want to work, and I have Julia here to help us out and demonstrate. But we want to work on our core. Our core and balance is two of the most important things. We'll be able to give you more strength training exercises and things like that, but your core strength is the foundation, because you can't shoot a cannon from a canoe. So basically, if you can't stabilize your pelvis, how in the world are you going to drive with these cannons that we're building with the training program to be able to get your legs strong? But if the pelvis is not core, the core is not strong to stabilize the pelvis, you're going to be wasting a lot of energy trying to stabilize the pelvis with the legs when they're not really meant to be able to do that. So we want to start off first, we want to work our lower abs, okay? But first off, we want to be able to assess that. Before we do all kinds of fancy ab exercises and anything like that, you got to make sure you got the basics down pat before you can do anything else. So what we're going to do is have Julia lay down on her back. Okay? Julia, what I'd like for you to do is, I would like for you to put your hands behind your back in the small part of your back. Okay, so that's in her lower lumbar, that nice little curve that she should have there. That's going to be, the hands will be in that position right there. So now I'd like for you to bend your knees. Okay, you can just bend and put them on the ground. Way to be overzealous. All right, now what I want you to do is rotate your pelvis back, so you're taking that the other direction. There you go. Keep your hips on the floor, but you're just rotating it small enough. Now you have pressure on the back part of your hand. You feel that? So she wants to make sure she keeps in contact, that lower part of her back in contact with the top part of her hands at all times. Some people, we will start off by just holding this for 30 seconds. We'll do sets of 5 with just 30-second holds. If you can do that, and that's no problem at all, then we'll advance to the other exercise. But the main thing is you want to make sure that you're able to maintain that pelvis tilt, keeping that lower abs engaged while she's keeping the lower back in contact with her hands. Okay, the first part, like I said, was a hold, 30 seconds, relax for 10, 30 seconds, relax for 10. Once you can do those three sets of five, good. Now let's progress to the next thing, what I want her to be able to do. Now, Julia, what I'd like for you to do is raise this leg, keeping your head down, okay, and making sure, keep a bent knee first. Bent knee first. Be able to keep that pelvis tilted back, okay? All right, now she wants to be able to just slowly lower this leg, touch your heel to the ground, keeping the knee bent, okay? Now touch it to the floor and back up. Okay, keep doing that. So we'll want to be able to do 10 of these. So if she can do 3 sets of 10 of these, still being able to maintain that tilt in her pelvis to be able to keep lumbar in contact with the top part of her hand, then she can progress. So we do 10 on one side, all right, and then switch and do 10 on the other side. Okay, like I said, once she can progress to that, if she can do 3 sets of those of 10 and still able to maintain that pelvis tilt, now she's ready to progress to the very next one. All right, leg down. Now, leg up and extended. Same thing now. She's going to drop her leg, still keeping the pelvis tilted. Okay, you okay? Mm-hmm. All right, now slowly lower your leg down to the ground and back up. Okay, how you doing there? You able to keep that tilt?
Yes,
good.
Manageable.
Okay, manageable. All right, so there you go. All right, relax, switch sides. Same thing. She'll be able to build up 3 sets of 10. 3 sets of 10 with a straight leg. Okay, once you're able to do that now, all right, now let's go to both legs being bent. Both bent legs. So now she's bent leg. This now is going to create more weight, of course. So now it's going to be a little bit harder on the pelvis, or the lower abs, to keep that pelvis rotated back. That's the main thing and key, along with her breathing. Okay, be sure to breathe, okay? Make sure you don't hold your breath. Breathe. All right, now, bend your legs a little more. There you go. Now, let her heels touch to the floor and back up again, making sure that pelvis is staying back. See, it's a little bit more challenging. Okay, so this is the progression you want to go through. All right, relax. And then, of course, the next set of progression would be knees up, our legs totally stretched out, and then both legs down. This, most of the time, is going to be very challenging for most people. A lot of times, your pelvis is going to want to rock up. Okay, if it does, it's too much. If she has progressed from here, doing those, and they're just fine, but like this, coming all the way down to here is too much, that's okay. So what we could do is we could put a box or put a ball, or even bend the legs at more of a area like that. So we're just modifying how much leverage we're putting on this pelvis and the lower abdominals, okay? So that would be our progressions. And like I said, if that's too easy for her to be able to go down, 3 sets of 10, being able to keep that pelvis back, good, she's working, I can see it. So good. All right, so like I said, so if her legs extended and down, you can always put a box, you can always put a ball, something to be able to stop you, but you want to be able to slowly progress so that way she can come all the way down, still keeping the pelvis rocked back as she's coming up. Okay, good. Relax. Okay, that is how you check to see how your core stability is for the low abdominals, but then also that's how you're going to progress through that. If you're able to build up from there to be able to do 3 sets of 10 with your straight legs out, then you can start doing more dynamic exercise that we'll show at a different time. But take your time with these. It's really, really important. You've got to have your pelvis tight, your core tight, so it's going to stabilize the pelvis, so then that way the legs can do the work that they need to do. Okay? All right. Happy training. Enjoy your stretching, your mobility, and your strength training. Core first. Core and balance is where the foundations begin. Okay? All right. Happy training.